Can I change your mind?
Life and love.
Can I
change your mind?
About life and love.
Can I change your mind?
About life and love.
Can I
About how you're feeling. About you and your relationship. Can I help you see?
To have a powwow conversation. We ain't gonna be on here very long, but we want to give you some biblical principles, and we want to talk about being in a relationship, life and love after divorce. Now, last week, Donnie, you shared with everybody, some of your corners that you've had to go through, and in going through a divorce that you've learned now, and kind of sharing with the world some of your, some of your pain. It's nobody's business,
right,
what you went through, but to share, that domestic violence, you shared, just your part as a man being abused in your own way, whether it was, you said you got stabbed in the neck.
Yeah,
emotionally, and then verbally.
Right.
And then because we can always point fingers, because I can always point fingers at what he did wrong to me. But then I had to take a look at what wrong I did. And one of the things that I found out about what I did was I took it.
That's it.
That was the only thing really wrong I did, because I used to take a look at myself and be like, what is it that I'm doing that would cause someone you love, or you think you love, or you're supposed to love, and cause y'all to kind of totally go in different directions. It starts off, and I think it's mainly because it starts off physical.
Yes. And one of the things is that, and I don't know if it's something that's just built into humanity, but somehow you think you can love a person through it,
right? Or
love them out of where they at,
right? Like you can change them.
Like you can change them, And then on top of that, of course, listening to church folk,
right?
Talking you into staying, but they never got discernment about your abuse. See what I'm saying?
Right.
But see, the thing is that you're going to reach a point to where you're going to realize that this person ain't going to change. They don't want to change.
Right. Especially when you bring church in it. So, did you get counseling?
Oh.
Did you get?
We did 5 years of counseling. And
Did you ever do any counseling outside of the church?
No, I think that was part of the problem.
Because everybody knew your business. Like sometimes you can talk to people in church.
You have biased people.
Right.
It's always, when you're doing it with somebody it's always going to be somebody biased towards one person. You know what I mean?
Right.
They know the other person more than they know the other person.
True. And it can also be that way for you, being that you're a man.
Right.
And sometimes there's favor on the man, because the woman, 9 times out of 10, is the one leave the church or the one leave the situation. And we was under a church where one person married 3 women from the same church.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I mean, let's just keep it 100. A lot of people
keep it 100, and then the thing is that didn't turn around and be judgmental.
Right. Like the people that's kind of experienced what people are going through, and because they've been delivered and maybe they're in a relationship now.
Right.
And because things are going good now. But did they forget that there was a time it wasn't good?
Exactly.
And they was lost too.
Exactly.
And to marry, it has to be a strong woman to divorce your husband, and then y'all still go to the same church.
Exactly.
Like, to me,
I don't think
that's really, it's doable, because depending on the relationship you have with the woman.
Right.
You feel me? Like if you and that person that went to church together, and y'all might have sung in a choir together, y'all might have, just y'all come to a fellowship together, but y'all don't see each other outside church.
Right.
Y'all don't go lunch together.
Right.
You don't know my mama, I don't know your mama, your kids don't know my kids don't know your kids. So that ain't a relationship. That's not a friendship. People put too much value on labeling people as their friends. And you're nowhere near friends.
Exactly.
I mean, Facebook calls you friends because that's the only way we're going to be able to be on each other's pages.
Exactly.
But half of y'all that's my friends on Facebook, I don't even know who you are.
That's true.
I mean, seriously. I mean, we say we friends, but I don't know you.
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's a friendly thing to do to connect.
Right.
But it don't make you my friend.
No.
Because you're a stranger to me.
Exactly.
And God has to divinely bring people together that you get to have discernment to see how things line up with each other. Because everybody you don't line up with.
You sure don't.
And you got to have, so the question we brought was, what is it that, we can tell what the other person did.
Right.
And really, we don't have to be honest. We ain't got to tell nobody nothing. We ain't got to tell nobody what we've been through. But then also, in telling what we've been through, you get an opportunity to tell your side, but that person isn't there to really tell their side. So you have to take a look at what they did.
Exactly.
But what did you do? So what do you feel that you did that even in staying, what do you think you did to fuel the person to be even worse than probably they were? Because a lot of times, to me, taking the abuse and enabling someone to continue to hurt me or hurt you, you are building the demon up to be a giant.
Exactly.
And a demon ain't supposed to be no
because
giant.
they for some, to a certain extent, they view you as weak, like they can still get away with it.
Right.
So they just progressively get worse.
Right. Did you feel weak at any time?
I didn't feel weak. I felt like that I was allowing stuff that I know my past self would have never put up with.
Right.
But when I got to that point to where I was like starting to come back and be like, hey, I'm not gonna do this no more, blah 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 blah. And so then it became a relationship of basically we was just roommates.
Right.
You do you and I'm gonna do me.
Right.
No love, no intimacy, none of that.
Right. And a lot of y'all out here, that's sometimes what happens is you're stuck in a relationship with somebody and it's not going anywhere. Like nobody is going to be able to, you're not going to grow as a couple. You're not going to grow individually because you both have stopped each other from reaching a point you need to be at. And so in my instance, because only a person can tell you them. And like I said before, I asked the question, Lord, why, even though I might have chose the wrong one, why am I choosing ones that take my weakness for kindness and the things that I do good, and you twist them into something that could be bad? And I've learned that a lot of times that's because that's the bad they were doing.
Exactly.
And they had to figure out a way to start a fight or start a way to bring division so they can go do what they do.
Exactly.
And then you not knowing, because you're the one that's stable and going to remain and still cook dinner and still wash the clothes. I mean, we as women, we got a routine.
Still work 15 hours.
Yeah. And it's like men start to work more hours or stay gone longer or take more trips by themselves. You start to find that in that marriage, it's not even a marriage anymore. Like you said, you become roommates, sleep in separate rooms. You don't cook for him no more. He don't come home to eat anymore. And as your mind and the devil allows your heart and your mind, they're disconnected. Number one.
Exactly.
Where do I send stars? Oh, that's so sweet.
That's sweet.
I think you just, I don't know.
I
think in there it's somewhere where you can send stars, or it may tell you how to send stars, or send stars to show your support. Oh, that's so sweet. That's a pinned comment. So I don't know. I guess you have to have stars to send stars, but it may be a little thing to tell you to do. I don't know. But girl, you a star. You send me stars all the time, girl. You coming to see me tomorrow, so I ain't worried about it, girl.
That's it.
But listen, y'all, in getting a divorce, and a lot of people that have came to us in dealing with relationships, and in getting divorced and things of this nature, sometimes the taintness that comes along with you being the person that becomes friends with somebody who is going through a divorce. And so as you become, as you learn to communicate and start to share some of your experiences, what I've learned with Charles was that with us, we met back in October. And we were working together with some music. So it really started in August, coming aboard KVD and kind of finding your structure, and you got your location out west. And it made me feel honored because someone saw my gift. They heard me sing. You've heard me sing at church.
Oh, yes.
But wasn't quite sure what level I was wanting to be with music. But then one day he was like, I was on Pandora and you on Pandora.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
it blew my mind.
And all I'm saying is that in the midst of life and love after the divorce, everybody, is after you get divorced, life is not over.
It's not over.
It's I met you at a time, Charles, where, and I call him Donnie. I met you at a time where we didn't know what was going on with you.
That's right.
But we can look at you sometimes and can kind of tell when people weight go up, down, they look stressed. You had all these frown lines on your forehead. You're like, good Lord, I can ride my car down his forehead. He got 3 lanes. But we got a chance to laugh. Like I got a chance to meet you and come into your life where you were at a point where you were hurting.
Yes. And
not hurting about getting out, but hurting just because you gotta get out.
Exactly.
It's like,
and just to think about how it was done,
right.
I mean, because some people on the other hand, they take it to the extreme, and then you have murders and all this.
Correct.
When you feel like you've been taken advantage of that way, but I wasn't gonna let it ruin my life like that. I just knew I had to get out, and I knew that wasn't a person that God had for me. I had, I had to come to the conclusion of a lot of stuff, and also not to pass blame, because this was me making these decisions to stay.
Right.
It was my decision to stay
and keep going back.
So
even though sometimes family don't want to interfere, because when you're married, that's one thing about, no matter what your family's going through, when you're married, you butt out. Yes. I mean, it is what it is. People try to interfere sometimes when they don't like somebody or something like that, but the more you don't like them and try to butt in, the more they stay.
That's right.
Okay. Sometimes y'all women out here got little girls, honey. The one you say don't be with, that be the one she be with. Okay. Or I don't like him, and then she like him more because you don't.
Exactly.
You have to learn to butt out of people's relationships and let people figure it out. Like sometimes we'll come to you and we'll ask for advice, but people automatically threw us under the bus.
Automatically did they?
We was already married, and we was just getting to know each other. I'm like, well, what does KBD stand for? Like, can I be his friend? Like, y'all throwing me under the bus. Church people throwing me under the bus. Church leaders.
And the thing is that, like I told you, when the truth comes out, it comes out in a way that nobody can deny their lies or their assumptions.
Correct.
Because you had nothing to do with my divorce. You're not the reason I left. I have never said anything out of the way to you. Romantically to you. Neither have you to me.
No.
All we had was a working relationship.
Yeah. And they just started in August of 2023.
Exactly.
So I'm still getting to know you, even though I like you now. I like them, y'all.
I like y'all.
But the thing is that through someone going through something, like when I went through my divorce, I was at a point where I didn't really want a male friend to confide into, because sometimes that becomes where you replace somebody with somebody. And you don't mean to. I mean, some of y'all get divorced and you like your attorneys, okay? But yeah, I would go there, wouldn't I? I ain't like mine, but I found out me and my mama had the same attorney. So when I went and got my divorce and my mama pulled up my daddy's paperwork, like, we had the same attorney.
Wow.
2 decades apart. Like, oh my God. I'm like, ooh, Linda. Ooh, girl. Okay. Yeah. It ain't domestic violence, or you got away because of that. You found a house of refuge. That place of refuge becomes your protection, because ain't nobody gonna let nobody come start no mess.
That's right.
Be like, hey, if you pull up in the yard, call 911.
That's it.
Luckily, you didn't have to go through all of that, because you have to make a clean break. You have to start changing bank accounts. You got to get your stuff out. Y'all can't remain in the home fighting.
Okay.
I mean, you just can't. Sometimes you can't even let nobody know you're leaving, because, like you said before, people get volatile.
Exactly.
Want to bring harm to you.
That's right.
And I had that happen to me. So in us being able to share some common ground about divorce allowed us to come together with a podcast that comes on.
That's right.
And that's why we bring it to you on on Wednesdays as just a casual conversation.
Exactly.
Because we want you to understand that friendships are established, loves are established when you don't see them coming.
That's it.
See, I didn't see this coming. Like, we working together. Somebody finally saw my music side. They saw who I was, and I would be singing. He'd be the only one standing up in church sometime. And I'm like, wow, But at the end of the day, as God brought us together as friends, business partners first, before we was even friends, but being around each other for 11 years, through the church and other things, church organizations and church functions and events, and you've been at a couple of my events, And you never stepped out of the way to me because you were married. I didn't even see you like that. Nobody can ever say Sherri be around and flirting, and nobody can ever say that.
Never seen that.
Never. I was only married.
Years I've known you, I've never seen you parade men around the church. None of that.
I've been in Honey Rock 12 years, and in the 12 years I've been there, I married one guy, Wally. And when I married him, we was together 3 years, y'all. But he was the only guy I ever brought to the church. And when we got divorced, he got divorced. I was domestically assaulted and abused in that relationship. And so through the mental and physical side of it, you know, I was just wore out, but I was tired. You know, when you get to a point in your life where I ain't gonna spend no year with nobody, and it's just not working. Like I just tell God I missed the mark. Like it is what it is. It is. But as we learned last week, 2 weeks ago, about getting out of divorce due to desertion, and you know the person that you're with, abuse. They are emotionally attacking you. Their heart ate with Christ, so therefore their heart ate with you, and God don't want you in a lifeless and loveless relationship just because you got a ring on your finger. That ring on your finger, what's the difference of you going to hell fornicating because you didn't get married, and then you get married and still go to hell anyway? Exactly. Like, who want to be married and go to hell? Like, you want to go be married because we married, but we don't get along. We married, but we don't have sex. We married, we don't go to dinner. We married, we don't go to the same church. We married, and we just do everything separate. Like, who? That's a roommate. That ain't a marriage I want. That's a roommate. You know, if I want a roommate, we go half on everything. That's right. You know, and only the physical side is the only thing you don't get to share. Exactly. And at that point, it can cause problems because somebody really like you and you don't like them. Like, people become stalkers. Like, we live in a world today that people are just different. They are different. But I thank God that he put you in my life, and then he allowed me to share my experiences. You know, you was able to share. This ain't your first rodeo. This wasn't your first marriage. That was your third one. Right. And see, the thing, like I was telling you, the thing is, I have never been a guy that would talk to a woman about my marital issues. To me, that's taboo. Right. That's opening the door for something else. Right. But I'm just telling you, as our business relationship built, and what I was going through, and I felt like I wasn't getting support nowhere else. You know, I just felt like that you were a good enough friend for me, to me, where I was like, hey, Sherri, this is what I'm going through. Yeah. You know? And even then, I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know the details. Right. All I knew was don't just rush and go sign no paperwork. Exactly. Now, because I feel like then it looked like you left somebody for somebody. Exactly. Like they going through and they separated. They're not living in the same household, or you know, you don't run and tell nobody go sign no divorce paperwork, because that's got to come from them. So the advice I gave him was don't rush into it. Take like 90 days. 90 days. And just like they took 90 days, remember Steve Harvey wrote the book and told you wait 90 days. That's it. But see, the thing is, the ironic thing is that she was already talking to me about our relationship. Right. And a lot of times I just felt like I was the only one really trying to stand on biblical principles and strong principles to keep a relationship going, or trying to mend it, or you know what I mean? Right. Yeah. And one person can't do it. No. And like I said before, if you watch our show, go back and watch our replay of our show number 1. This is show number 2 for 2024. That's right. We come on every Wednesday. And we just want to have a casual conversation to let it be known. Like, at the end of the day, God does not want lifeless marriages. He doesn't. He wants them blossoming. He wants you to complement each other. He wants you to be able to take what you've been through and not bring it into the next relationship, you know? So I was just grateful of you being honest with me, and it allowed our relationship to flourish. Exactly. And I want to read something to you guys. How to overcome the 6 hardest things about life after divorce. People talk a lot about what it's like to get a divorce, but those conversations don't often extend to what life after divorce is like. Because unless you've been divorced, you don't quite get what this next phase is really all about. During divorce, there's a certain process. You have items to research, things to get educated about, decisions to make, meetings to attend, paperwork to file, and on and on. All of which are black and white steps you had to take to complete the business transaction of dissolving your marriage. You got to remember the energy you put getting in it. You had to go to marriage counseling. Right. You had to go get that piece of paper saying you can get married. You got 30 days to use it, okay? And those steps And though while those steps were overwhelming and frightening and generally all over the place, you may be or have been sad, in shock, mad as hell,
Right.
disappointed, betrayed, in denial. You might even be numb. The process, nevertheless, had a way of keeping you grounded. You had a goal to get through a negotiated document, sign it, and obtain a divorce. And yes, just like when you got married, it was a process. You dated, you got together, you fell in love, you had to buy the ring, you had to get your nerves up, you had to ask.
That's it.
I can't wait till you ask.
I can't wait till I
Hey.
ask either. Guess what, y'all?
Hey.
Yeah, you know I do production.
Yeah, I already know. What? But what we saying, y'all, is as you look around in your new life after divorce, your sense of time and what you do with it is different. Even if you are struggling and fighting for survival, your mind and heart may be ruminating on the past and on who you will become. So every now and then you'll have a conversation and you'll go back.
Yeah.
And remember, hey, I was here, back when I was with this person, I went to this concert. Okay, well, you can't get mad that he mentioned the concert, because the first thing you can't focus on is, oh, were you thinking about her? Well, there may be times that a song come on or you reminisce on something. And that was a time you was with somebody. We all been there. We can all go back and say, well, I can remember Michael Jackson came to Knoxville. Well, you remember what you was doing when Michael Jackson came and who you was with or who you wasn't with or I wasn't old enough to be with nobody. I was with my parents. You know what I'm saying? So when you graduated, how was I? Let me say, I was in the 8th grade when you went to the. Look at that, y'all. Like, he couldn't even met me back then because he'd have just been jailbird.
For real.
We called it jailbird. Hey, robbing the cradle. Is that what you say? Robbing the cradle. Yeah. So, yeah, you'd been in jail because my daddy, honey, he wouldn't have had all that. Daddy wasn't going for that. So, yes, your life after divorce will be your juiciest stage if you are open to it. And the reason I say that is that you got to be able to understand that when you get divorced, don't rush into something.
That's right.
Right away, especially your first divorce.
That's right.
You kind of learn the tricks, but then you go into this lonely period, and then you end up with somebody just because you can.
That's it.
Not because you love them and you want to be there for them. Half the time you got with them and don't even know what their dreams and aspirations are. So in this season, God wants us to kind of value who you are and where you come from.
Exactly.
Remember where you've come from. Your other marriages, when you went through this divorce, you said, I ain't even never been through this process because I ain't never been the plaintiff.
Never been a plaintiff, period.
Every time you dealt with the court system.
I was in the defendant. I didn't know how the hell it is, I mean, man, yeah, this was a different process.
He said, he got his paperwork, y'all. He said, I'm the plaintiff. Normally it's Charles, the state versus Charles.
Oh, the United States of America versus Charles.
He said, I'm the plaintiff.
I'm the plaintiff.
That blessed me, y'all. That was so cute. But at the end of the day, it is a process that you will go through. Discovering and taking care of yourself will include preparing for what's coming in your life where possible. And that means implementing best practices that give you structure and also learning to let go. So, changing bank accounts, moving on with your life, kind of setting it up before it even happened. You don't wait till you get divorced and then change everything. Then that person will go in your bank account, start trying to withdraw money. And being that they still your spouse, they have every right to. Like, you can't get mad and be like, oh, well, she was grabbing your money 8 months ago. Well, what makes anything different now? Like, she's still your wife. So you got to be able to understand the steps and the processes of coming out of that divorce. And no matter how long you've been in it, okay?
That's right.
You got to be able to appreciate and the value of why you stayed in it. And like you said, there were biblical principles. Most women shouldn't be the one filing for divorce. It should be the man, especially when you know your heart ain't in it. You don't want to be there.
Exactly.
And you, like I said, you make the giant get bigger when you allow them to continue to treat you badly. And that's one thing that. This is Sherri Levine coming live. Share this video with somebody that you love. These are song messages from God. I come live every Sunday before I go on the radio at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at KingdomPurposeRadio.com. So you make sure you tune in today at 4 p.m. But right now, we got some souls to save. This is Sherri Levine with the Sherri Levine Music
And these are song messages from God from the She Will Heal Ministry. You guys look up She Will Heal Ministry. We're with Souls Right House here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And we got a movement going on called She Will Heal. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm healing. But we're going to get started with about 7 songs to bless you today. Are y'all ready? Because I'm ready. Let's get busy, y'all. Let's do this. All right. I'm ready. Holy.
Easy music.
Holy. Holy. I'm holy. I'm holy. Yes. Holy. Yes. Holy. I'm holy. Don't want you to touch me. 'Cause I'm holy. Holy. I'm holy. Hey, y'all, holy out there. Don't want you to touch me. 'Cause I'm holy. The devil will try to tempt you and tell you. Purchase your tracks. Just try it. Don't deny it. Yeah. The devil can't flee away on that mountain. When he was praying those 40 days, 40 nights. The devil will try to tempt you. He will say things that aren't true. But to give you life to the Yahweh, and you never have to worry about him. Holy, you're holy.
Easy music.
Holy, you're holy. Come on, y'all, help me out. Holy, I'm holy. Don't want you to touch me. 'Cause I'm holy. Yes. Holy. I'm holy. Don't want the devil touching me. 'Cause I'm holy. God has helped that mountain to move. Purchase your tracks today. Blessings will pour out of the window. You won't have to receive. Blessed is the man that does believe. Holy. Yes. Holy. Yes. Philippians 4:13 reads, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Asking you, she will heal, he will heal. How many of y'all know y'all gonna heal? I'ma heal y'all. I'm holy. I'm holy. Oh, yeah. This is Sherri Music coming live here on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Y'all share this video with somebody. Throw me some hearts out there, y'all. Cause she will heal, y'all. She will heal. Sherri Music. Help me say this. Help me say it. She will heal. No matter what I have been through, I will give it all back to you. She will heal. I didn't my pain. Hey, yeah. I can remember going back to high school and remembering the vision. Purchase your tracks today. And that was the same. We would have circles around and all of us doing our things. Having talent. Y'all remember those talent shows? We gotta bring them back now. And I picked back up. She nobody thought I would make it. Now that I'm with you, I'm not the same. Cause Yahweh takes my time. She will. No matter what happens, no matter what Yahweh, just take me back. You never left me, I left you. I left you. No matter what I have been through, I'm not walking in a mess no more, no. How many y'all gonna heal out there? That's my song right here, y'all.
Easy music.
And he'll take all the pain away. Give him all of your troubles. Give him all of your problems. Give him all of your troubles. Hey, give him all of your problems. Give him the troubles, yeah. I promise you that it's trouble. Hey, I know that there is problems in this world called fear, but I know a man up in the sky, oh, that can solve if you give it to him. Give them all of your troubles. Tell them all about your worries. Give them all of your troubles, and you won't be discouraged. Give them all of your troubles. Hey, y'all.
Easy music.
Give them all of your problems. Give them all of your problems. Hey. And I promise you he will solve it. Give them all of your troubles. I promise you they will solve. I call on Yahweh, 'cause I know that he hears me. You call me on the phone. You wanna gossip but you're alone, and you wanna know why your prayers ain't being answered. What have you been talking about before you talk to me? You gotta take the time to listen so you can be brave. Give them all of your problems.
Easy music.
Give them all of your problems. Give them all of your problems. Hey, come on, y'all. I promise that he will solve.
God will solve every one troubles. I think it's something for troubles. They come, but troubles will go.
Not for everybody, but quit acting like people can't. Well, you can't advertise it. You can't, because it's too much like what I do, and I done been in a relationship with people, so you can't come in. Well, then
What you scared of?
What?
If you're really anointed,
But if we're
it's
united,
enough for everybody.
but if we're united, and y'all, we're having this conversation because we're gathering information from personal experience,
Exactly.
but also from the people that are hurt. This
That's
is
right.
called She and He Will Heal. And so you ain't gotta like what we talking about,
That's
but
right.
it ain't just our feelings. We passed it.
For
God
real.
has moved us up and out. The first two
Exactly.
letters of God's name is what?
Go.
Thank
Ain't
you,
nobody
God.
can say nothing, no.
So, at the end of the day,
stick your thumb in your mouth and go.
Thank
talk.
you,
That's how you gonna do.
but the next one, what is the next one you got? Because it might be different than mine.
Okay. Church leaders with poor time management. Using spiritual language to mask emotional problems.
Sacrificing families on the altar.
And what that means is what we was talking about. And in my notes it's saying how God didn't give you a family to put the ministry first. To keep you so busy that you don't have family time.
Right.
That's not of God.
That's not of God. So y'all people out there and leaders and those of you all understand your family come first. Your little son got a basketball game. You need to be there. Okay? Because that's why you have elders and other leaders that when you can't be there, they're in the place of you. So you can go be what you need to be for your family.
Exactly.
Okay?
Because that's a lot of times how children raised in church end up disliking church.
Yeah.
Because of stuff like that.
Yep.
And then 17, big one. Making the pastor the product.
Because the pastor ain't our God. He's human like everybody else.
He's human just like everybody
And he's
else.
going to give us direction. It's up to us to research what God's message is, because then our directions will go different paths. There's no reason why we should all be on the same path. There's no reason why we all should have the same thing. There's no reason why we all should be praying for the same thing, because we all got different paths.
Exactly.
And our paths are going to be different. And one thing God wants you to understand today is that as the tree is risen, because I give blessings for all the pastors that have come through my life that's taught me good and bad.
That's right.
Because I've learned, and all my years has gathered into one. Ain't no one church get credit for nothing. Not no one church gets credit for who I am.
That's right.
It's all the churches all my life up to this last church that I've gone to where I've learned the most.
That's right. Through
this last church.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, because I wasn't loved there.
That's right.
Not that I care in a fleshly sense, but I cared in a spiritual sense, because God said this was an assignment. You ain't running this time.
That's right.
They're gonna hurt you more than anything, and the way they hurt me is I didn't sing. All the other things, I ain't no usher. I don't clean up. I'm a singer, and they stripped me from it, and it was allowed. I mean, it's like having Yolanda Adams in your choir, and you never get to hear. You hear her all the time on the radio, and she in your church, and you don't never get to hear her. Y'all heard me sing everywhere but Honey Rock.
And we gotta sit and listen to the same old songs.
And that's what I'm saying, y'all. I was in the choir for 11 years, y'all, and wasn't used. And it's like it shut me down a little bit. A lot of y'all used to see me like, what's going on? Come to church, come visit. Y'all wonder why the church don't grow, or the reason people come to hear what they heard out there. I might have sung at a funeral, or I might have sung at a wedding, or I might have sung, I sung somewhere out there.
Right.
And then they go, where you go to church? Oh, Honey Rock. Then I tell them where I go to church. They come and expecting to hear some of that.
Exactly.
And get disappointed every time. And then I'm coming up out of that choir with a smile, because I gave my all to the one sound. But we would never know who these artists are, like Tasha Cobbs and Yolanda Adams and CC. We would never know who these artists are that blesses our life just tremendously. If they didn't have people step out of the choir that have an anointing on their life and send them out to do their assignment. We got so many people that are so envious and jealous of your gifts and talents that they don't want to use your gifts and talents. So y'all, I got ordained to sit. I went through all of that and got ordained to be a pew sitter. So y'all can have concerts, y'all can have programs, y'all can have compassion dinners, but I can't sing at none of them. I can't teach at none of them. I can't be an evangelist in none of them. So you got people coming to your church that's being blessed by people out here openly, but then come to the church where they are churched and they sit. And then you're wondering how you come to Compassion Dinner for 8 years and you haven't changed. You come to Compassion Dinner, you come to these things that we do, but you haven't changed. Matter of fact, they've laid hands on you. They've poured oil on you. They've talked tongues over you. They've clothed you. They've fed you. But but
because there's no power.
Look, Princess Moore said, listen, you can sing in my events. Girl, call me, honey. Call me, girl, because God had me to get on a radio show and get a podcast and start a YouTube channel because I had so many songs inside of me.
That's right.
That couldn't come out.
That's right.
And I'm not the director. I can't just bust up in there and say, oh, I'm singing today.
But we always hear that one mic louder than everybody else.
I had to endure my gift not being used. God said, Sherri.
That's right.
He ain't say job well done because I ain't dead.
No.
But he said, Sherri.
But it wasn't only just your singing. The other thing that bothered me was that I've seen you do so much for so many other people. And the people that most people don't even want to fool with love you.
Yeah.
But not only do they love you, their lives have changed for the better.
Right.
I can't say that for a lot of leaders there. I'm sorry.
No, because at the end of the day, it's like they look down on the ones that don't dress like them, don't look like them, don't carry them MK purses. Well, have you looked up who MK is? You might want to not carry his purses. And I'm going to leave it right there. See, a lot of times y'all got so much expectations on these name brand things for these people that don't care nothing about you. You got people out here that's good ground for you to sow into. You don't sow into them.
Right.
So what God was saying to, as we share our hurts, life and love after divorce. Well, after you're divorced and you're single, you go to church.
That's right.
You're broken. And while you down there, it's plenty of people cover you up, give you tissue and all that. But when you get up, when you get redeemed, when you start looking cute again, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I look cute. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You start getting yourself back together. Guess what? Now you don't give me tissue, you give me issues.
Exactly.
Because now I ain't spiritually mature. How I ain't spiritually mature? See, sometimes people don't know what you've been through. No. And all they do is assume. But in this season, God says, don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. You see a light on me, and then I cry myself to sleep. But when I get on my knees and pray, it goes away. You thought that you had it down, and you thought you let yourself go, but don't let it get to you. God said, don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. So the other day, I heard what you said to my sister. It was pain, but I pray that you get yourself together, 'cause I can do all things. I can do through Christ that strengthens me. So your envy don't bother me. Don't let it bother you. God said, don't
about you, yeah, to you. So don't let it get you down, and don't let it make you lose your faith.
Can I change your mind?
Life and love.
Can I
Change your mind.
About life and love.
change your mind?
About life and love.
Can I
About how you're feeling. About